Okay, so I do apologize for the cracked screen here, but I am going to try to multitask for a minute and collect eggs while I go live on my first, what's going to be scheduled stream. I'm going to try to do this every Sunday at 7 o'clock. We'll try to go live and see if this works. I'm actually trying to see if, hey there, Coco Noel. So I'm actually doing two things at once today. I'm collecting eggs at the end of the day. Unfortunately, first one is smushed. Somebody stepped on it and probably ate it. Lovely. Don't get too many of those, but I do in this silky coop. Hey guys, hi Queen Anne Farms and Andrew's Pantry. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm doing two things at once here. I'll show you here in a minute. If I could get the camera turned around. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them. They're a little shy. But back in here we have 3-week-old chicks. Just 2 of them with the Silky Mom. And I just let them out of so I just let them out of their section of the coop. I used to have this sectioned off into thirds for the first couple weeks because I have a goose in there too, and I didn't want the goose to smush the chicks, which could be a problem. But I'm just putting chickens away, gathering eggs, and going live all at the same time. You had to resub to me. What is wrong with YouTube? I haven't noticed if I had to resub to anyone yet. I'm hoping I'm not missing out on anybody. But hi, Barn Geek. Yeah, so I was going to do a live show, start doing it every Sunday night at 7, but I'm having computer issues. I'm actually doing this over my data, so I might not keep this going very long right now because I'm on my cell phone. I'm still working out how to set it up over the computer. So, wow, we're getting a lot of people in here. Hi, Yankee Leuven. I'm just switching around flocks outside here because I have, I'll show you, turn this back around. 1 pullet and 1 goose. Now, at first I thought that pullet was a boy because it was so much bigger than the others. So I put it in with a goose, the extra goose here. But that's not a boy. So I'll have to move her into the main flock here eventually. Maybe next weekend. But Christmas here is scared of me. Will run away from me. But gets very excited about coming out. I had Gus with the Silkies out here earlier. So, there's the 1 goose. Oh, and I got baby pools, finally, for my geese. I ended up having to buy 4 of them for 2 areas. And again, my cracked screen here, so I do apologize on that fuzzy spot in the corner. But I had to buy 4 baby pools because they're so thin. I just felt like they were going to crack. So I do need to, thanks Angie. So I do need to clean out this pool, but there's 2 of them. I put one inside the others just to make it thicker. I haven't noticed these guys go in yet. So I haven't noticed Christmas or Gus, who's in with the Silkies right now. That's Lucky trying to make all that noise out here. So is the video working for everybody? I'm hoping it is because I'm doing this over my data. So I'm hoping it'll go through. But let me know if it's not. Is anyone having a problem with the video? Okay, you're good. Eventually I'll try to get this so we can do this on the computer inside. Maybe I could get that going for next week. I spent a couple hours trying to figure it out, but then my internet went so slow. Okay, so there's Christmas. And, oh good, glad it's working, Coco. So Christmas is a bit excited to be outside. I just switched the geese around over here. So we'll go over to Lucky. I gotta collect eggs and close up the coops once it gets dark here. I do call that goose Christmas. It turned into a name. It's because, yeah, except for that one's a different Coco. That's a different goose. I have 3 geese actually. But I do call that one Christmas because I only wanted 2 geese. So Christmas is likely going to be called with the cockerels and any of the older girls as we call for the winter. So that one's Christmas over there. Not that I planned on naming anything I would call. It's just kind of turned into that. Most of my chickens don't have names. So over here's Lucky. Hi, Lucky. Turn off the, some dust bathing here. So pull it in a cockerel over here, so that cockerel is not going to go through Christmas here, but Lucky gets very chatty, and other than not wanting to be touched, is very social. So yeah, will you go into your pool? Lucky just got his pool yesterday. And I'm just gonna, if he goes in here, I'm gonna have to watch out because he likes to splash. Oh, there he goes. I did catch him on video earlier, so I'll put together a poultry update video sometime this week, which showed him just playing around in his pool. So that's new. It's actually a double pool. It's yeah, it's actually 2 purple pools, Coco. I had to see if I could do this without getting my camera wet. Hi, Lucky. But if you can see that, I had to put one inside the other because it was so cheap. It's so thin. I'm moving these guys about once a week. And I'm going to have to move the pool too, and I don't want it cracking, so. But Lucky definitely enjoys his pool. Yeah, he's probably going to take his evening bath now. But he's definitely entertainment. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of... Oh, thank you, Barn Geek, on the cooking video. I was actually just about to say, I got back from a conference, it was last weekend. So I got back Saturday night, went foraging with Nobby. Sunday we did that video for cooking on Monday. It's just taken me a while to get back to editing because I've been trying to unpack and everything else, do laundry. So, so Lucky is so chatty. So what I plan on doing, our goal is to have Mike do 1 cooking video every week. So it'll go up, I'm not sure which day, but we're going to do 1 cooking video every week. And I'll try to do 1 poultry video because everybody seems to like Lucky. And hi, Bob. So we'll do 1 cooking video, 1 poultry video. I might interchange the poultry and projects together, and we'll do a garden video and or foraging video. So I'm trying to get, so we're at like 4 to 5 videos a week if you count 1 live video as well. We'll see how it goes though. I have so many projects I want to do this fall, and I'm not sure if I have the time. I want to make a greenhouse out of old windows. And I have a bunch of old windows, but I need to strip the paint off of them before it gets cold and then start that project. I also have, I don't know if you notice in the background here, I'm going to turn the camera around. Actually, it's getting dark, so. I also have this big pile of wood here. And our plan is we'll probably take down some trees. There we go. That's better. We'll probably take down a tree or 2 as well that we're planning on thinning out. And we're going to do a hugelkultur bed right along the edge here. We have one back there. So we're going to do a second hugelkultur bed. and hopefully that'll be another video to make this fall. I might run out of time here though, because those are two big projects. So we'll see how that goes. We got to get the garden cleared out. I do have a garden video coming as well. And what are you saying about so many videos? Well, I'm counting a live one. I'm trying to add to that with a live one. So I'm counting that as one. So really we're talking about 3 videos during the week, which I've been trying to do. Some weeks it's been 2 during the week, but 3 videos in a week. And mainly because I'm doing so many projects on the weekend anyway, it's just going to be editing. And my idea is if I could record on the weekend and edit, one thing at a time during the week, I might actually be able to get around 3 done during the week, maybe a 4th occasionally. I've been doing 2 to 3, so technically if I'm adding a live video to that, that would bring it to 3 to 4 at least. So if we have a lot going on, I might end up with enough footage to do 5, but I don't know if I have enough time to edit to do 5. So we'll see. June, I almost had 1 video a day of all of June, so I was doing even little short clips. I was doing that in June, but until the end when I got announced that Justin Rhodes was coming and I needed to clean the house for guests. So, and prep for all that. So yeah, that is what I'm doing, Angie. I'm actually probably going to record Saturdays and Sundays. I'm not sure how much I'll be recording on Saturdays right now because Mike started his business on I'll show you somebody. He jumped in again. Now Mike started his business on the pasta business, and he started going to the market. So, oh no, Queen Anne, you missed a little bit on my plans, but not too much. So I hope the feed will work. But no, I was just saying, Mike has started his pasta business officially. He is going to the market right now. So we're doing this under the cottage law. For Michigan cottage law, you can only do direct sales, retail sales. So we're starting with that because you could do that out of your house. And then what the goal is for us to either get our part of our basement approved for MDARD, which is the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. So they do approval for production of food. So yes, the goose was in the pool. So if we could get MDARD approval at the house, or if we could get MDARD approval even at a rental place, but then Mike can actually sell wholesale and retail across the state. So we're hoping that will come eventually, but he's at least starting the pasta business under cottage law, so we can start going to the markets and selling direct to people. So yes, he's named Lucky. Actually, if you want to know why he's named Lucky, there's some early videos of him where I had 3 hens sitting each on 1 goose egg and a few chicken eggs, and his hen was a silky mom, was sitting on his egg and a couple regular standard chicken eggs. The chicks hatched 2 days before he did, and I saw Mom out showing the chicks where to get food, and I thought I lost the goose egg because she was off the nest. So I checked it out, and he had just hatched. Like, he was still kind of wet, not quite wet, but almost dry. So it literally just hatched. He was shivering because nobody was sitting on him. So I actually had to take him and put him into basically a small dog crate with a heat lamp on him and get him warmed up and showing him the food and stuff and getting him stronger because he was not standing initially. So I kept him in the dog crate for about a day and a half, and then I went and put him back under Silky Mom, and she took him back. So he is a lucky, not a duck, but he's a lucky goose. So I have Lucky. I do have 2 other geese because those other 2 goose eggs did hatch. So I'll go back over and show those again. I only really wanted 2, at least 1, but I wanted 2 geese initially because I figured I'd have 1 for the main flock to be a guard goose there and 1 for a guard goose for the silkies. I ended up with 3. So turn this around, and that is Christmas. So if you heard before, Christmas is my extra. I think she might be a girl. I think Lucky and Gus, Gus is back there by the silkies. I think they're boys because they're a little bigger than Christmas. But Christmas is my extra. I'm actually keeping the boys because I'm hoping they'll be better guards. And I don't want any of them to match up. I'm not having the geese for eggs. I'm having them to be guards, and I don't want them to pair up and start guarding each other from the chickens rather than guarding the chickens from predators. So my thought is to keep the 2 that I think are boys. It's really hard to tell them apart. And yes, I do have a black walnut tree. It's the only one on property, and it's right here in front of the chicken coops. So, although I wasn't fast enough to gather the walnuts this year. So anyway, I'm trying to read the post here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I have heard that with a couple things, Angie, with a couple people saying that they've been unsubscribed to certain people. But yeah, I think everybody should double check who they're subscribed to and make sure that they're subscribed to everybody still, because I think YouTube has had some funky issues. So don't know what's going on there. I haven't noticed that myself yet. So at least part of the problem is I am subscribed to so many people. I really only pay attention to regularly to a handful, but I don't hit the bells on them. I do take a look at, like Justin Rhodes. I watch, not every day, but I watch a good number of his things, and the Pratts I do watch a lot. So, there's a couple I watch a lot, but the others I'm subscribed to, so I don't think I've lost subscriptions. But again, I don't know if I really would notice that right away. But, so, sorry, I just touched the screen. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get this live chat thing going on the computer. So I'm not using a broken phone for my camera. But, yeah, you had to resubscribe to so many people. That's strange. I wonder if something happened to the account. But I have heard of other people having that issue. So please, everyone, double check who you're subscribed to and make sure they're all there. But, yeah, so I probably should get the eggs. I have another broody mom in the main coop. Of course, it's been 90+ degrees in the last few days, but she's been broody for the last few weeks, and I just don't want to give her eggs, but she keeps stealing them. I don't like breaking broodies, but guess who's talkative again as I'm trying to get into... Hi, Lucky. Hi, Lucky. Yeah. So I need to collect some eggs here, but I did want to say hi, and just to say that we're going to be adding cooking videos to the lineup, try to get one out per week. So Mike will be involved in that. I will be getting one video out on the flocks and or projects. I'll probably go back and forth between those. Every week is the goal, because I need to get my projects done. And one video a week on the garden and or foraging. So, got a lot going on. So, Lucky is trying to steal the show. I don't know what the heck is going up with YouTube right now. But I gotta see how many eggs I have. So, let's see. My coop needs to be cleaned. I need to do so many things, but I don't know. Yesterday I only had 4 eggs from the main flock. So you guys, did you guys ever hear about what happened with the bee lady? I heard something, she was in the hospital, but I didn't hear any details on that. So anybody watch the bee lady? Or I think I heard it on, who did I hear it on? Two Family Homestead, I believe, posted something there. But, oh, and look here, see if I could do this. Broody girl, how many eggs did you steal? Okay, I'm not sure if I could do this one-handed. I might have to reach under her if she doesn't bite me. She's having chest pains and admitted for further tests. Anyone here if anything came out of that? 'Cause that's... Oh, I'm getting more eggs down here. Sorry, I keep going into the dark here. 'Cause I'm trying to reach under this girl. So, yeah, I think that's about all the news I wanted to give this week. I have the 2 videos coming, and we're going to get a cooking video, but I think Mike's still figuring out what he wants to cook on that video. I think he had a couple ideas, so that'll be a surprise. Okay, she's still in the hospital, bee lady. Doing more tests, the stress test tomorrow, so okay then. I hope everything is okay for her. So definitely thoughts going out to her, but I just got bit by a chicken. Don't bite me, I want the eggs. So far she has 4 eggs under her. I might just have to separate her. I don't have a place to put her though to break this broodiness. She's been broody for a few weeks now. Yeah, thank you to family. I didn't realize you're on here. Hi there. Thank you so much for updating everybody on it. And yes, I am multitasking, trying to grab eggs. Broody girl has had 4 eggs under her. So, she did try to bite me, but it's not like the other girl. Actually, should we go see if the chicks are visible yet? Because my mean girl, Houdini, I heard something. Oops, sorry. See if I could get out of the fence. With my hands full. That's not good. There we go. Okay, turning the fence back on. Hi, Martha. And 2 family, glad to see you guys on here. So, I was going to do a computer live chat, but was having computer problems, internet problems, so I'm using my data. That's probably not smart. Anyway, I'll see if I can show you the chicks. I don't know if she'll show them to us yet though. And it's starting to get a little dark, so I should do this before it gets dark. But just for those new joining us, we're gonna do a live show, I think on 7 o'clock on Sundays. As long as I could get my internet to cooperate with me, which it's not tonight. So, and Coco, would you like to be a moderator once I figure out how to set that up? Because probably would be a help. So this one is just an informal through the, thanks Coco. This is an informal one through my cell phone, but we have, I don't know if you can hear them. Can you hear it? Oh, I see a head. Do you see a head poking out? There's one baby. These guys just hatched this weekend. I'm not sure exactly when, because this girl will attack me. So, there's at least one. She had 15 eggs under her that I never handled. So, real easy to make her moderator. Okay. We'll do that. Let me get back out of this. But I see one baby. That's good sign. I'm not sure if there's any more under her. Okay, we'll turn back around. So, thank you. Actually, I'm not sure if I could do moderator on my cell phone. Trying to see. It just says mute microphone or share, so I don't think I can on my cell phone. But yeah. So I don't know how many babies we have. That's the first one I've actually seen. I heard them earlier today. So I'm glad I can, I'm glad they showed their face. I was trying to get them on camera on my update video that I need to edit, but I didn't hear them anymore at that point and definitely didn't see them. So we have more babies. These guys are going to stay with us through the winter, and probably Mike wants to have a bunch of meat chickens because he wants to have more meat production here. But anyway, let me see. Did I grab everything? I have a few more eggs together and then I should wrap up. But I keep touching the screen in the wrong place apparently. Okay, so we have the chicks. I have one more set of eggs to go gather. I did get a ton of tomatoes from the volunteer plants today. It was crazy. Had probably 90% of the tomatoes I gathered today were primarily cherry tomatoes from the volunteers. So big tomato harvest. I was trying to ask Mike, you know, maybe we could do a video on what to do with all these cherry tomatoes because we have a ton. I'll show you the jungle. I have not done anything to this garden, so we'll turn it around. Raised bed gardens, the only thing I've done in here, this whole big mess, so you can see all the tomatoes. The only thing I've done in here is put wild strawberries in that one bed, and I have not done anything else. So it's a mess in here. However, I'm getting a ton of tomatoes, and they're all volunteers. So I don't mind that. I love tomatoes, but I'm not sure exactly what to do with this many. So next year we'll do more in this garden, but let's go get the eggs. There's only a few of my animals that have names. Yeah, oven roasted tomatoes are good. This is Leapy over here. He's I'm not sure how you say it, Chanticleer rooster or Chanticleer. It's French. Chante means to sing, so they do make noise. And he had a name when he came to me. This one is Miss Blue, only because she has a blue tag on her foot. But not many of my chickens have names, so they earned their names in other ways. Miss Blue is one of the friendliest girls around. And it looks like I have 3 girls in here and I have 3 eggs. So, well, that's not bad. And I have these guys separated out because they were my breeding flock. I was actually keeping them over here. I could probably mix them back into the flock, except the roosters aren't getting along. But I was about to touch my phone in the wrong place again. There we go. You like my chicken setup? I have 6 coops. I have 2 of those nursery coops, which are probably my best design of the ones I've made because they are so easy. It would be nice to have another one or 2, so maybe another project to do someday. That red coop, and I'll turn it around again. This red coop is actually, turn around, there we go. This one I've modified. It was set up to be a mobile coop. You can see the wheels. It hasn't moved from this position in a while because it's too heavy, so I'll probably take those wheels off of it. But that was my first coop that I made with my dad, along with this run, which actually is big enough to fit over these beds. But then again, I haven't moved it. So, in fact, that thing collapsed on me last year with the snow, and I had to rebuild it. So, it's not the strongest setup. And then I also built that one with my dad, and I have videos of that one, because that's after I started making videos. And Half Acre Dreams, I have about 5 acres. However, most of it is back there in the woods. So, any videos of building a coop? Yes, I have videos of building that coop. But that was a conversion from like a flat trailer bed. So, yeah, I have a ton of chickens. I have to think about how many I have, but I could tell you it's no more than 30. I'm allowed 5 chickens on 0 acres and 5 per acre. So I have 30 chickens, 30 poultry. Yeah, I have a video on that. I think it's a chicken math video somewhere in that list, but I only have the 1 coop on video because I made the other 3 coops. That red one I just showed you and the 2 nursery ones, which are basically almost identical. I made those all before I started doing YouTube. So I might have to do another nursery coop eventually. My house came with the first 2 coops. In fact, I think one of them is actually a rabbit hutch where I have the silkies. But the silkies were already in there when I bought the house. So this house came with about 15 chickens. No, 15 main flock chickens, and I think 4 silkies. So I've only bought 2 chickens, unless you count buying them with the house. I did not see how to make you a moderator right now, Coco. I might have to do it next week if you're on, if I could get my computer working. And the reason is I'm on my cell phone, and that 3-dot thing did not say anything about moderator. It only gave me the option to share or mute my microphone. So, yeah. Yes, Barn Geek, I have a video called Chicken Math. It also applies to coops because I have coop math going on around here. We keep adding to that. But if you want to see, there's 1 coop, 2 coops. Those 2 came with the house. I made that one with my dad. No, actually, that one I made myself. That one my dad helped whip me out, but that was the second one I made like that. So that's 4 coops, 5 coops that I made with my dad on that one. And of course, the one that's slightly Justin Rhodes-ish, but on a trailer and much bigger, 6 coops. Sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy. But okay. Coco, what was that? I missed. Tried to get your playlist linked. Okay. I'm still gonna have to. I'll have to work on the moderator thing next week, I think. But I think, did I miss any other comments? That's the question. Do I sell my eggs? I do sell some. I don't take them to market. I sell some to people at work and to family and things like that. So we do sell some. We end up giving some away sometimes. Right now, a lot of our chickens are younger. So we're going to cull some old ones this fall, and I tend to try to replace about 1/3 of the flock every year just to keep the production up. But yeah, that's a lot of eggs, more than 2 people need. Did I miss any other comments? Half-acre dreams. Building a 4th coop in the spring? Yeah. I've actually been debating because one of my fall projects I want to do, which, how far into fall are we? One of the fall projects I want to do is to put a greenhouse up. And my thought was 10 by 12, but then I could, potentially use part of it for chickens as well. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. In fact, I actually, I'll point it out again, this red coop that came with the house, actually the 2 coops, it really needs more ventilation. I don't like that direction. That direction is north. All the windows face north. It's in the shade of the barn, and it does not keep warm doesn't have enough ventilation. It's not really ideal setup for, Michigan cold weather. I don't think, anyway. I'd rather have the windows facing south, have it access to sun. Now the one advantage is that wood line along there is to the west, so it does block some wind. But can I use eggs for pasta production? We can make egg pasta, however, they have to be grated eggs when you're talking about production and selling, you know, on the next step. So I cannot sell eggs to a restaurant in Michigan just the way it's set up unless the eggs are grated. So you can only do direct retail sales on that. So at this point, no, we're not to that point. I'm trying to remember where I set my egg basket down. So no, we can't use our eggs in the pasta production, although we'd like to make some egg noodles. It'll probably have to be purchased. I'm still looking for my egg basket. Anyway, set it down somewhere around here. So unless we can, I think you could get a license to grade the eggs. So some people can grade their own eggs, and then you could sell to, you know, to the restaurants or people with other production. Yeah, I have not been paying attention to what I'm doing. I dropped a basket and what did I just trip over? I don't know. I didn't trip over, I stepped over something. Do I have to watch my video? Go back and watch my video to find my basket. It has eggs in it too. And it's getting dark out here, so I know it's hard for you guys to see. Where did I put it down? This is funny. Anyway, it's probably getting too dark for you guys to see me. As the sun's going down, I'll have to close the coops here soon. But any other questions? Did I miss anything? Yeah, it's getting dark. Oh, I found it. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside where I have some light, which will be easier, and the chickens can all work their way into the coops as it gets darker. And so it might get darker for a second before it gets lighter. I apologize about that. But I found my eggs. I actually have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs today. I would have had 8 if that silky egg wasn't smushed and eaten. Oh, well, that's enough. It's fall. They should be slowing down. I was getting about a dozen a day in the spring. So, and I realize it's getting dark here. Going in the fence. Who wants to say hi to Jello? Let's see. See if I can do this without shaking the camera too much. I have my hands full. Jello, you gonna say hi to people? It's really dark. It's hard to see a blue dog. Okay, I'm going inside, so let's turn the camera back around. There we go. He might join us inside. And it's going to get really dark because I didn't turn the light on in this first room. So sorry. Let me turn the light on. There we go. We have light again. Okay. So, yeah, Jello. He actually, I was about to start this video on my phone inside before going out and like walk out with it. But Jello was rah-rah-rah-rahing at me and talking and wanting to go outside. And I figured you guys probably didn't want to watch him go to the bathroom. So I took care of that first. But he's going to follow behind me. And we'll go where it's much brighter. Anyway. So I'm glad you guys joined in. I know that was kind of rough. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Unless you want to see Jello. Jello's going to the computer. So he does it. The funniest thing, he does watch TV. He loves to watch TV, and he knows that word. What? You like to watch TV? Yeah, you do. And it's in the next room, so he knows where it is as well. Aw, thank you, Half Acre. This is Michelangelo, or Jello. He is a blue Great Dane. And he has his story on my videos too. Now, he's a Great Dane, but he is blue. And what do you have on your jowls, Jello? Leaf. Bring in leaves. But yeah, he's very expressive. The only issue is he's nervous about new things. So he tends to talk about new things and bark at it and growl at it. So anyway, let me turn. Yes, you going to say hi to the camera? Are you going to talk for us? What are you going to say? You going to talk? You almost did. You're drooling, puppy. He's not a big drooler usually. Anyway, yes, he does listen and tilt his head. Someone made a comment on that head tilt thing, because at the end of the video on the cooking, we had, I'm just setting the eggs down. At the end of that video, I just took some outtakes because he kept going around in the background because he was actually waiting for his dinner. And, yes, hi. So he was, as soon as I start talking to him, he does that head tilt. And so did my St. Bernard. When I had a St. Bernard, he died a year ago. So they used to both, whenever I talk to them, do that head tilt, which makes me want to talk to them more. You wonder why I talk to all my animals. They respond, don't they? How old is Jello? How old are you? I'm going to get kissed. Let's see. St. Bernard was born in 2010. Jello was born in 2012. So he's 5 or almost 5. I think he's 5 next month. Yeah, so he actually had surgery last year because he has a neck problem. And, yeah, your Westies do the same thing. They are so funny. It is cute, though, especially, I love the natural ears. I'm so not a fan of the cropped ears on Danes. It's just so much more expressive with the natural ears. So we have that. But, yeah, he is my shadow. Now, he had neck surgery last December, so he's actually has a condition called wobbler syndrome. So his neck surgery took a while, long time to heal from that, but by probably about May or June, he started doing a lot better. So he is doing well. And we have another visitor. This is Helix. So if you've watched the Bratz live shows, my animals tend to join me in the live shows. But what was that? The Smarter, what is that? Barn Geek. Smarter Everyday Channel's most recent video explained why dogs tilt their heads, and they are listening. And it's very interesting. Yeah, they are listening. I think Jello actually, when he's tilting his head, I think he's trying to pick out the words, because if I speak in a full sentence and I say a word in that sentence that he knows, he will respond to it. Like if W-A-L-K is in the middle of a sentence, he knows and he gets excited about that. So I cannot say that word out loud. I'm trying to keep a cat tail out of my face and not the plant kind. So yeah, the head tilt thing is awesome. He also does, he talks like if he really, really wants something, he'll go "ar rar rar rar" and talk like Scooby-Doo basically. Well, he is a Scooby-Doo. Anyway, I'm probably going to wrap things up because it is 8 o'clock and I know someone else, I forget who, but someone else has a live show at 8. So I'm going to wrap things up and say goodnight. But keep a lookout. If I'm having trouble, it might be a little after 7 next week. But I'm going to aim for 7 o'clock live shows on Sunday nights. And try to do that every week. And just give a little update on where things are at and where things are going. And see if there's any other questions that I missed from during the week. But yeah, keep your eyes open for another cooking video. That will probably be towards the end of the week because we haven't filmed it yet. Where the next 2 videos, I did record 2 of them. One is the September garden video and one is an update on the flocks. So yes, Coco, just let me know if you're available, and if I'm on the computer, maybe I can figure out how to set that up as a moderator. Thank you so much for that. But have a good night, everybody. Yeah, I like that. Smarter Every Day. That's a good name for a channel. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. and we will see you, well, you'll see me through the week on videos that I'm uploading, but I'll see you live next Sunday at 7. Thank you, Coco, for the reminder. And I apparently have more thumbs up than I have people on here right now, which is kind of cool. So I know people have come and gone, though. I will see you guys later. Have a good night.